Hi, Melanie Marin here. My job on the Fairfax County School Board is to ensure that our students get the instruction and education they need to be successful in life. It's also my job to be sure that our students are safe, but I can never guarantee that. None of us can. I've worked to advocate for policies and processes to ensure the people who work with our students are safe people to be around kids. I've worked to advocate for more funding. That just never seems to be enough, that we're cobbling together from various grants from the federal government and not nearly enough from the state. But at days like this, when we suffer tremendous feelings of loss and anger, it seems like it's just never enough, that I can never do enough to get our policies and our funding to do what's best for kids. In our own community here in Hunter Mill, we had awful news this week about a very perverted person who took advantage of our youngest students, and that has hit communities I personally represent. And, I'm reaching out and trying to be available. I've asked the superintendent again to re-up our efforts to get the FBI's RAP-BAT program, which would need to be state or federally funded to work, that would ensure real-time background checks. This is something that the governor could do now, that Congress could do now, to be ensure that people working with our kids are not criminals or sick. As for guns, we really do have to take it upon ourselves to be sure that no child has access to a gun. And I have already heard from constituents about, more staff who could really ensure that our students are known, are seen. If I could do anything, I would make our classes smaller and our schools smaller. That takes money. And for people who say that education is overfunded and the taxes are too much, well, I'm working on getting the money from the state so we don't have to pay quite the burden here in Fairfax. But it's never enough. Education has been underfunded for decades. We are not even at the national average when it comes to educating students per student cost here in Virginia. But I have to remain hopeful to do this job. But as a mother and an elected member and a community member, please know that I bear the weight of our children's safety on my shoulders, my own kids, your kids, all of us. I do want to elevate what Superintendent Michelle Reed sent out to the community today. Her words, I think, really can capture the feelings of the moment and help us to continue to find hope. Be well.